What's up, guys? So I hope everyone's using that gas code that I gave out last week, because gas prices just keep going up. It's at like $4 now, so, and it's rumored to just keep going. So I hope everyone's saving money where they can. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking up on the DMV's website. We'll be looking up how much it's going to cost to register the Miata. I knew the plan was to get a Miata running, and I was hoping it to be that one, but if it costs more than, $1,000 to get the car registered, I would rather just, go buy another one. I mean, I could use that car to get money, sell the parts, get money, and then buy myself another completed Miata that's already registered, has its parts, it's complete. So that might be what I have to do. I'm starting to realize this now. I mean, putting the engine back together sounds great, and getting the car back on the road sounds great, but if it's gonna cost me like $2,000-$3,000 to get it running, it makes no sense. I mean, the adventure sounds fun and all, but I'm really thinking logically as to whether this is gonna cost me more than it's worth. So we're gonna go on the DMV's website and see how much we're gonna have to pay, because I do not want to pay $3,000 for this car. All right, so this is DMV's California.gov registration fee calculator. So what we're gonna do is look up how much is it gonna cost me to register my Miata so that I can drive it on the street again. Damn. Can't fake the funk on this one. Registration fees, $718. Sales tax, $129. I'm pretty sure I paid that already. But you gotta be kidding me, dude. $847. I just seen a Miata for sale for $900 running. You gotta be fucking kidding me. $800? That is starting to sting. I don't even think I want this car anymore. Jesus fuck. Oh my god. I really hope it's not gonna be $800. I mean, there are cars that are about $800 to buy. So, and I'm doing my Scotty Kelmer impressions. Now, you want a good, reliable car for under $1,000, you should get yourself a Toyota. Toyotas go for cheap. This hunk of junk is looking like $870. You guys gotta help me with this one, dude. I mean, Jesus Christ. I'd rather just save my money and get a new one. Why do I even want to keep going with this? In all honesty, it sounds like we can get this baby going for cheaper. And that's honestly what I want to do. So maybe we work on the beast from now on. So this big hunk of junk, 80s model Toyota, it's gonna be sick. Let's check them out. There we go. Maybe we work on this guy for a little bit, because I am not trying to blow $1,000 on my Miata right now. I would rather just drift that guy. I would rather just take him with me to have some fun and then put him away on the weekends and maybe not drive it daily so much. But this guy, however, I would like to drive. I would like to get in the seat of this guy. He's got so much room in here. I mean, the headspace is incredible. And look at this. Just look at the size of them. The funny thing is that the van's wheelbase is actually about the size of my Miata. The suspension is clearly not the same, but the van's wheelbase is pretty short, so I am liking the sound of this. You know what? I was almost gonna be upset that the Miata wasn't gonna register for cheap, but this kind of solves all my problems. I mean, I've been wanting to drive that guy. I mean, that's I've had my fun with the Miata, and I know that it's a good car, but I definitely need more than 2 seats. So, and then there's so many Miata channels out there, so it's like they're a dime a dozen. But this van, however, dude, there's so much stuff going on with these vans today that people just aren't covering. So maybe this is my calling, and I need to just help people on the internet figure out what's going on with their grandpa vans, you know, because these things, they have problems. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, the engine, this is not a hood. The engine does not sit anywhere near there. Actually, the engine is sitting right here in between the wheels, just above the axle. And if I had my keys, I would show you, but the engine sits behind the axle. So when you're in the car, you're actually sitting on top of the engine. So when you're in this car, you're actually sitting on top of the engine. And it is a weird feeling, I will say. I mean, the engine is pushed back behind the front axle, so that technically makes this car a midship engine, rear wheel drive. There's a ton of body roll on this thing, but the van, dude, the van. This all starts to make more sense for me now. I thought this video was about how much I was gonna have to spend on the Miata, but it turns out it's actually just a moment of clarity for me if I wanted to spend less money and which direction my life was gonna head towards. It was gonna go towards the van. It's gonna cost only $760 instead of the $870 that the Miata is gonna cost. So I would rather drive the van anyways. So that is freaking cool. That is gonna be cool. So I'm excited now. So just for fun, I typed in my van and I found the license plate. I paid $600 for my van. And this long list of fees hit me. But the grand total is gonna be $761. It's not terrible. I mean, considering that the vans go for like 25 and up, I mean, that's not terrible. That's about $1,300, so that might be cool. Yeah. You know what's funny is that my bride seat that I've been filming in actually was originally for the van. So I was gonna take my seat and put it in the van. So that's a trip that this whole thing is headed towards van. I mean, is van the answer? I don't understand, man. And I've got this whole fucking stupid garage full of shit for a Miata. That's okay. Let's get this place clean up. This is the van in its current state. No carpet. See, like I was saying, this is my driver's seat. And the gears are here, but the hood is actually underneath the driver's seat here, and this passenger side also comes up. But yeah, these things are just a nightmare. A nightmare to work on, but probably one of the cooler looking cars from the 80s. So and check out that spoiler, fam. Oh man, I can't wait to do that. Let's stand up on here. Yo, the downforce is gonna be too real. So the inside of the van was built by the last owner, and all he really did was he put this futon, he built a shelf on the side of himself, and yeah, so he had this like futon seat thing. It was kind of cool. It was a good idea for a flatbed. And then there was another piece that laid out right here, but I didn't take that one from him. I figured I didn't need it anyways because I'm gonna take the whole thing out. It's a pretty cool design. I mean, it's a bed, and if I can get it right, now it's a chair. It's pretty cool, but not really what I'm looking for. It's not really a lot of practicality towards it. There's no shelf, there's no seat belts, there's really nothing. So we're gonna be stripping this whole guy out and putting in some middle row seats and possibly the third row, maybe not. Maybe we'll go into camper conversion, I'm not sure. Oh, another thing that the previous owner did was he did cut the hose of death and had that replaced, so that is interesting. I mean, I've seen the cut for the hose of death, and he did a really crappy job of repair, so that's gonna have to be notched and boxed, which I'm cool with. So crappy job for sure. And the guy had a refrigerator in here. Let's see what kind of junk he had laying around. He had this wired to the battery, which is like some type of converter, but didn't work out, so I had to unplug that. Let's see, I got the negative undone and the positive is not done, so hopefully this battery is still good. We'll see if we can get this guy started sometime this week. That'll be cool. Fun fact about these vans, this handle always breaks. So that's always sex. Here's a back shot of the van, just for me probably. Ooh, that's yeah, girl. What the fuck is that? Oh, swag. You got a wing on your minivan? Yo, that cannot be so. That can't be so. All right, so I'm actually really happy about this episode. If we are going to be working on the van, that's kind of cool. It's cheaper. It'll be a new fun experience for me, carrying more people. All right, so maybe we are going to be working on the van a little bit more. That's cool with me. I'm always into new experiences. I'm probably not gonna keep that wing on there. That was just for fun. I don't think that'll work. Yeah, so I guess you'll be seeing a lot more of the van these next coming episodes, so stay tuned. I'm actually really excited about the van, not gonna lie, because I really wanted a car that was gonna be fun and new experiences, and yeah, I'm totally into it, so that's why I bought it. So this has been episode 4. If you guys liked the episode, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe down below. If you dislike this video because it's not about Miatas, that's okay. Just hit that dislike button so I know. And yeah, I think that's all I gotta say this episode. I filmed this kind of late. I usually did my episodes on the weekends, but I wasn't sure what I was gonna do as far as the episode was concerned, but it's funny how things just naturally work out, so I guess I'm naturally gonna be driving the van. Well, I am super excited to be working with Philly Drifts. That's the homie, that's the broski, so Yeah, he was telling me that he wanted to get some t-shirts printed, and he had a friend that was going to do it for him, which I had no beef with, honestly. But when people, wasn't going to come through, he hit me up and was like, what's up, let's do it. Let's do it. It's the brand new.
My mom.
Oh, it's your mom? Oh shit. So something else exciting that I wanted to tell you guys is that I'm gonna be working on some t-shirts for my boy Philly Drifts with Philly Drifts TV, his YouTube channel, and that box right there, that's Philly shirts. So we met up, me and Philly, we met up. He dropped off the shirts to me and stuff, so we're gonna handle these shirts for him. So they're gonna be done in probably no less than a week. So we're aiming for Friday. So Philly Drift t-shirts dropping soon. Gas prices are just on the rise, man. I can't believe this shit. Here we go again. April fuel points. You see it says redeem 100 points to save up to 10 cents per gallon. You can fill up to 35 gallons. Now this month I only got 100 points because the month flipped over, so you gotta start off fresh, so make sure to be using all these points. Right now I got 10 cents off of each gallon, but I'm gonna wait and see how much longer I can hold out. Let's see, I got a lot of gas right now. 200-mile range. I'm sure I'm gonna need some groceries in a little bit, so I'm gonna get some more points here, try to stack them up.